welcome to another day of live streaming around this park here. It is another windy day, unfortunately, but it's not too hot. Pretty overcast today, so it should be pretty comfortable, I think. I'm gonna kick it into a higher gear here. What are y'all up to today? This Thursday afternoon, morning, evening, whatever it is for y'all. Got some Drake bumping in my ear right now, but can't play that on the stream because it's gonna end up getting copyrighted. So I'm just gonna have to vibe with the natural sounds, some wind noise and all that. Cross right up here. Bit bumpy. Them more spread out amongst like the different loops that we do here, but they've been hanging out here in this loop for the longest. You can see some of the sun rays peeking through the clouds. Got a ways to go. Wind, as usual, is trying to slow us down. That's okay. We will push through anyway. A little wind never hurt anybody. There's that sun coming back out to say hi. There's some ducks up here on our left. Ducks. They're just chilling. And there's some over here. Typically there's way more of them. I don't know what they're up to today. But, well, we might see them on the next loop. Because they gotta be somewhere. A lot more wind for us to push through. Wind is not our friend today. It's been pushing against us the last several days. We haven't been getting much of a break from it. That's okay. It's good for increasing the resistance of the workouts. So it's super windy. Thankfully we get to go here, so it's not going to be quite as miserable. But yeah, we get a pretty bad wind tunnel effect in these parks because they all connect end to end. So there's several miles of just really more even overwater airspace for the wind to get channeled through. So even when it's not a particularly windy day, this area right here will be windy. But hopefully that continues throughout the summer, because that'll be nice. It'll be refreshing to be able to up there right now. Something over there on that island. We are currently on the third loop that we typically do. About to head over there across the streets into loop number 4. Right here. We're now in lap 4. And then we're going to get to the end here. We're going to go around lap 5 completely. And then we're going to do the other half of the 4 other loops that we have done. So we're going to go on this side of this loop now, go all the way to the end, and then come back around the other side and go around the other side for all the other loops. Very overcast today. Not super sunny, which is nice. Put on some sunscreen anyway, though. But better safe than sorry, you know. About 10 minutes into the stream, and we're almost done with our 4th loop. Or I guess we're about probably 2.5 miles in right now. A like or a sub or something if you're having a good time. I'm enjoying myself out here today. It is got some pretty nice weather out. downshift right here, and we can get up this incline a little easier. And we will cross this section of the streets. This is the busiest section, but looks like it's pretty chill right now. I think we'll be able to get across all the way. And we sure did. Very nice. Didn't need to stop for that one. Go ahead and get in our higher gear so we can get going. Got a bit of an incline right here, and then we'll get to that wooden bridge that we like to stop by during the stream. It's a good little stopping point. See if there's any turtles or anything over there. We're right about at the midway points for the entire for all the laps that we're gonna do. We're gonna come to the apex of lap 5, and then we're gonna go back where we came from. Section here, and we get to coast over there to that bridge. I don't know if you can see it from here or not. So what's up? Thanks for the like. Hope that are having a good day. Thanks for joining me. I'm gonna keep right and see if there's any little critters hanging out over here. I know we saw some turtles yesterday under this bridge. But there's not always anything here. Go ahead and put the bike down for a second. We got a couple birds over there. I don't see any turtles. Let's check this other side over here. No, not really anything over here. But yeah, this isn't the best part of the nature part, but I do like this bridge here. Gives you a good vantage. Go ahead and take a sip of my water here. Over there is Moore Lake. They're all man-made lakes, but some of them are bigger than others for sure. Go. Got my water. Flip this around for a second while we're taking a break. What are y'all doing today? It is very overcast, which is nice. The last few days it has been really sunny, so we will take what we can get here. We're gonna get back on the bike, keep going forward, and get to the very end. We're very close to the end of this course. We're about 5-ish miles in right now. And once we get to the end of that lake over there, we can see if I can zoom in. Right there, that bridge, that's where we're going. I did not mean to flip that around. Yeah, as you guys can tell, we're still in the early stages of this channel. I'm trying to get the setup working. I don't have any mounts for this yet, so we're going handheld mode. But yeah, we've made really good time so far. If we keep this up, we'll have done about 5.5 miles in 30 minutes. which isn't crazy, but we weren't pushing that hard. Pretty good for a casual cycling speed. Yeah, when we get up there, we're going to cross a little narrow strip of sidewalk and then head back on the other side of this water here. Head all the way back up for another few miles. But it's nice. Unfortunately, I think when we're in that direction, we're going to be fighting because right now, the wind's blowing kind of to my side. We'll see. I got a feeling it's going to be annoying. But even if it is, it'll only be an hour or two, so we get to change direction. So we'll be able to handle it. Alright. Venomous. Yeah, we are definitely facing into the wind, but let's see. If we continue our pace. Oh, hello, random dog. How are you? Let's see, hanging out with a random dog now. Where are you from? Probably one of these houses right up here. I'm gonna follow it. Let's see where it's going. Follow it from a healthy distance. Nah, we won't follow it too far. But I don't know. I don't want it to get totally lost. Hello, puppy. I see you have a collar on. What's up, puppy? You okay? Okay. I don't know. The dog seems comfortable being out here. We'll go ahead and leave it alone. It does have a collar on, but, you know, hopefully it knows where it lives. And if not, it's in this park. It's not like it's out on the street randomly. Reposition this phone. It's a bit of a better grip. Now we can keep pedaling, trying to overpower this wind a little bit. Really puffy mics that stops the wind from coming through. Definitely be beneficial. Or at least a lav mic. Something. Right now we're just using an AirPod as our audio. I don't know for sure that the wind noise is coming through, but I got a pretty good feeling. Now we get to go downhill a little bit, which will be nice. You can see the sunrise coming through the clouds. We get a little bit of a break here. Like an uphill against the wind. A little draining. Just joining the live, drop a like, subscribe. We do this every day. Go on bike rides, walks. We just get out and about. Today we were at Discovery Green, which is a decommissioned golf course turned into a flood project and a nature reserve. So you'll see a bunch of birds here, a bunch of fish. This is all man-made, the water man-made, but this area tends to flood really bad. We get hurricanes and all that, so we gotta put the water somewhere, and that's what this project is for. And then the sidewalks are just, you know, a bonus. But its main purpose is not to be walked around or biked around, just to hold this floodwater. And that's why you'll see so much of it here. Now that being said, you still are not allowed to fish here. You'll see a bunch of birds here who rely on the fish that are brought in here. Because again, it's not a natural pond, so it is stocked with fish by the county. And they don't want people fishing those fish up. They want the birds to be eating those. Because you'll see there's a ton of birds. But first we gotta cross. Very nice. Same situation for the other side. But it's looking pretty chill. Very nice. There's a mural that we normally stop at. We didn't stop at it on the way here today. We stop at it pretty much every other day, but it's got the bumblebee and the monarch butterfly, the dragonfly. It's got a bunch of the wildlife that you'll see here at this reserve. But the most common thing you're gonna see here are gonna be ducks. We're going to a loop that has a bunch of ducks, but right here you can see a couple of them. They're kind of scattered about, but there are so many ducks at this park. There's one right here, just chilling. They'll sneak up on you too. They're very territorial. But this is the fourth loop. We're gonna go through this, then we'll go to the third loop, and then after that is loop 2, which is where all the ducks actually hang out all the time. So we're about 2 miles away from that. There's still some things to see here. I have the fountains, which do look pretty, but mostly just to keep the water from going stagnant, you know. We have a big mosquito problem here, being brought off the coast, very coastal area. So we need to do everything we can to not let mosquitoes breed, to keep the water moving. And then you'll notice, I don't know if you can see me from here, there'll be little birdhouse tower type things for the bats, because bats eat mosquitoes. They eat a lot of mosquitoes. So you'll see a bunch of habitats for bats. I'll point one out whenever I see one next. And you'll also hear them all night. If you ever come around this area, you hear clicking at night. That's the bats. It sounds like someone is clicking with their cheek or something. There's one right there. They disappear, but that's one of them. And when you're actually looking for them, you'll see a ton of them. We have a lot of places for bats to be here. There's some more birds. Some more ducks. And some more ducks. Time right now. If y'all are just joining us, make sure to drop a like, hit that sub button for me. It does help out. I'm trying to do this every day. We're currently on a week-long streak, which is pretty good. Unfortunately, we are going directly into the wind right now, which I know is going to make it a little harder to hear me. Downshift a little bit, be able to power through this a little easier. water bottle. That's gonna zoom in. A little blurry. They're just sitting out there on a rock. Right up here is where we're gonna be entering lap 3. We're gonna get a bit of a different direction. We'll turn to the left here. So thankfully, we're not gonna be facing directly into the wind all the time. A lot of these loops keep you going in the same direction for the majority of them. But that one up there, you take a bit of a turn. It's basically a right angle. You got that. That one does only have the one that's on this side, so we have to cut back across to this side to get over there. That's not that big of a deal. Just a little bit of a tight turn and we are there. Nobody coming that direction. We got somebody coming in this direction. Thank you. Alright. Now we are coming back to ladies and gentlemen, this is lap number 5. No, it's not lap number 5. But number 3, can't complain. We are well over halfway to completion on this set of laps. We got some more ducks over there. And then the island with all the bird nests up in the trees. I don't know how well y'all can see that, but every single tree has a bunch of nests in it. Zoom back out here. You'll see birds on the sky, water, whatever. That's why I like coming here. There's a lot of natural life here. Some ducks, mostly ducks. But yeah, like I was saying, the next loop's the one where all the birds are actually going to be. Having a good day. Let me know what's up down in the comments or in the chat. Trashed over there. But also some birds. Got this blind turn. Try not to ram into another bicyclist head on. Wheelie, what's up? Welcome back. I'm gonna have to learn how to do a wheelie for you, aren't I? Not until I can at least get a mount for this phone. We're about to get to the ducks. Didn't bring any bread to feed them today, but we'll just get to observe a little bit. Most of them were in the water when I passed by earlier, so it's not like they would really be able to get the bread anyway. We went all the way down there. But we are going to turn around and across to the other side. Stoppy. That's the front brake one, right? I don't know how to do that one either, but I feel like that would be easier than a wheelie. Low key. Not that I know. Here we are crossing the road again. We are gonna have to stop because there are some cars coming. Unfortunately. Traffic. View message. Psych. Right, we are gonna go ahead and cross. But yeah, we're now at the loop with all the ducks in it. Whether or not we'll be able to see them or not is another question. The Alka-Seltzer. Love Alka-Seltzer. Jesus. That's messed up. But yeah, here's some of them. It's hard to show them on camera from here. We'll stop right here. Zoom in a little bit. There's so many of them. But they're all a little ways down. They're just completely lining the water. And then you go all the way across. All the way down. Plenty of ducks. Continue our way down here. See how many ducks there are. Pretty hit or miss on where you're gonna actually find them. Sometimes they'll be on this loop. Sometimes they'll be somewhere else. And then over there on that island, there's more birds, but not quite ducks. Zoom back out here. You can see the whole path. But yeah, it's a pretty nice day out. You can tell it's not too sunny, a little overcast. And thankfully during this section, the wind has not been fighting us too much. It gives us a chance to actually look at the ducks instead of just heading past. We came here the other day and we could see all sorts of ducklings and duck families, little mama ducks, just swimming across the water. I'm sure if we were to come at the right time today, we'd be able to see that too. But right now, they're all resting, except for the one. I don't know if y'all can see it way out there in the center of the water. He's just standing there on a rock, lonely duck. That was loop 2. So that means that up here is loop 5 or 1. It really depends on how you count it. The reason that I changed up the numbers is according to the person who designed the park, the loop we're going to is the last loop. But I always start there, so I call it loop 1, they call it loop 5. That's why it switches up sometimes. Get to cross the street one more time. We'll do it a couple. Alligators are common in this area. Yes, they are. They're gonna death roll you. They're gonna grab you in twists. There we go. We get a nice little downhill section. You gotta be careful here, though, because if you fly off the side here, you are going in the water, most likely, or at least that brush down there. I like when the people actually like wave or say something. A lot of the people here don't say anything, but that's part of living in the city. Every man for themselves. I'm gonna push it a little more here. Try and get around this curve. Going up. You guys can't hear the music I'm listening to right now. Got an AirPod in. Bring a speaker next time so I can actually play music for you guys to hear. This song goes hard. Make sure y'all drop a like if you're just joining. Join the channel. Streams like this daily. Maybe next time I'll remember to bring a speaker. We can have some music. Right now, it's just wind and vibes. There's something to be said about that too. dog did not run out in front of me. And another very slight downhill section here, which is nice. I'm all about the downhill sections. Go hard when it goes downhill so we can keep up when we're going uphill. Even if we're going against the wind like we are now, we'll try and maintain our speed. Past them. Yeah, that uphill section right there is the end of these loops. That's it. Very nice. We do have a little bit ways to go, of course. We can't just stop by here. Have no way to get back. But that was our extended bike ride. The one that had the objective. We did that in less than 40 minutes, which is pretty good timing. I'll pull over right here. I'm gonna get some water before we keep going. You can see the water here. Yeah, pretty cloudy today, thankfully. All right, we got our water. We'll keep going. Hope y'all are having a good one. We are making good time here. We're about to cross this road right up here. I'll take you guys with me. You can watch me maybe get hit by a car because it is a busy road. If I was here like 5 seconds earlier, I would have been able to make that. Back it up so you guys can see, so I can see. This unfortunately might take a minute before we can actually get across. We're gonna find out though. Getting ready to play Frogger. Gonna play Crossy Road. Alright, now we got it this direction. And we got it in the other direction. Awesome. Perfect. It doesn't usually go that easily. We made it across. I need one of those electric bicycles so I can just go like ride across an actual car. But yeah, that was Exploration Green. It is a 5 and some change mile course, old golf course, turned into a floodwater conservation project, nature reserve. It's really cool. I love going there. A lot of our streams have been there before. That's our most common place to be. Stop at this stop sign for a second. Wait for these cars to pass us. But yeah, if y'all like that, we beat our time record for that one, I think. It's getting easier every time we do it, of course. That's how doing the same course over and over works. But we'll definitely end up doing that course again. So if you liked that, drop a like, and especially drop a sub. You can join me. What we're doing right now, I'm gonna go drop this bike off, and then I'm going to end live for a bit, and then we'll go live again probably in like, I'd say 15 or 20 minutes. I'm gonna head back out. We're gonna go on a walk this time because I want to go to a store nearby, and biking there with the phone would be just a little bit sketchy, I think. That's honestly, I like to walk, so yeah, y'all can join me there pretty soon. I'm gonna wait for FedEx to come through here. But yeah, that was it for today. Not for today, for right now. Like I said, join me again. It'll be less than 30 minutes, I'm sure. But that's it for now.